Hey everybody, welcome. It's Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy. As always, a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in, watching the video today. Apologies to my regular viewers who are wondering what's going on with my content at the moment. As I said in a previous video, I reopened after lockdown in the UK here on the 12th of April. And ever since I've reopened, it's been completely mad. Fully booked, 6 days a week, fittings, lessons, just very little time to do YouTube. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I just kind of do YouTube when I'm quiet in the academy here, and I'm not quiet at the moment. But today I've had a little cancellation. I've got 40 minutes or so I just thought I'd do a quick video for you folks just to let you know I'm still around. And the club that's interesting me today is this fella here. This is the Cobra Forged Tec iron in copper. So there are 3 models available, but I'm just going to focus on the Forged Tec, tell you a little bit of spec about it. If you want to go and find out all the specky stuff, just jump on the website. Easier for you to look at it rather than me blabbering on. So the Forged Tec iron we saw come out last year. It's a hollow-headed construction, creating really fast ball speeds off the face. And this year they've released it in a copper version, which absolutely looks stunning. To me, anyway. I hope you'll agree. I'll give you some overheads and close-ups of it. What intrigued me when I first started hitting it was just how powerful it was. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go. We've just got these lofts which are jacked up. And I was thinking the loft was maybe down at sort of 27 degrees. Let me just spin the website down a little bit, which I've got on screen here. And you'll see, oh, these are the 3 models that they do. So they do the King RF Forged, which is basically a blade, tiny, beautiful to look at, and then they do the King Tour, which again is a little bit of everything. Interesting how they've bracketed this into handicaps. King RF NB muscle back 0 to 3 handicap, King Tour 0 to 9, and the King Forged Tec 5 to 15. A lot of people don't like it when manufacturers pigeonhole players into it. I think players like to make their own choice, but I think they're just trying to give you a little bit of guidance. So the King Forged Tec we've got over here, traditional hollow shape, this forged PWR shell, so we've got the forged face on there, slightly more offset than the other 2, traditional sole width, a mid to high launch. But there's all sorts of good stuff on here telling you how it all works. We've got Arcos fitted as standard. But what I found really interesting was the specs. So here's the spec of it. I always look at 7 iron. That's always my guidance as to where a club is. So the loft on the 7 iron there is 29.5. Loft on the pitching wedge, 44. A little bit strong. But for 29.5 degrees of loft, that's these days almost standard loft in cavity back clubs. Tends to go a little bit higher as you move into blades and muscle backs. 32, 33, sometimes 34 on that. And lengthwise, with the standard length in graphite or steel, is 37.25. If you have the Cobra Connect grips on, it just makes them 1/4 of an inch longer. So, quite interesting that the clubs are not super jacked up on the lofts. So, all that remains for me to do is to tell you a little bit about the spec I've got here. I've got it in a standard length, standard lie. I've fitted a KBSS taper, 120 gram shaft in stiff. I'm going to get out on the range, hit a few balls with it and see what we get. Before we do that, quick word about the price. If you wanted to buy a 4 to pitching wedge in these or 5 to sand iron, let's say 4 to pitching wedge, a 7 iron set, then over here in the UK you would pay £999 for these. So the copper head finish is £100 more than the standard finish. And bear in mind that copper will sort of tarnish, it will oxidize, it will get darker, it will kind of get this, what they call this patina, this sort of darker look. So don't be surprised if you buy a set of these and they don't look like this forever. The material will change as you play with it. Not for everybody, but I think if you're looking for something a little bit different and something a little out of the ordinary, it's a lovely finish. Let's go hit some. Right, time to put this through its paces a little bit. GC2 just picked up that ball as I knocked it past. Ball of choice for the test today is the Mizuno RB566, one of my favourite golf balls of this year and last year. Great ball, £20 a dozen I sell this for, and I think it's as, think it's as good as anything out there, to be honest. It certainly, for me, performs the same as a Callaway Chrome Soft. You know, it's this whole argument that Pro V1s and some of these very high performing balls aren't the best balls for a lot of amateurs to play with because of their compression and spin rates, but that's a whole new can of worms which we won't open up just today. Right, let's get in there and hit some. Did I tell you the spec? I think I did. KBSS taper, 120 in stiff. All standard lie, standard length. Let's hit one of these bad boys, see what we get. Oh, good strike. Just blocked it a fraction. We'll bring the numbers up. It's just about picked up right edge of the green or apron. But it's a good one just to dive in with. Strike felt pretty good. Got it in the middle, left the face a little bit open. You can see path there. 3.2 into out, but face angle to path was a little bit open, which will impart a tiny little bit of side spin. But we'll have a look at it for openers. 85, 86 miles an hour club speed. The whole deal with these hollow-headed clubs is that they will produce very good ball speeds off the face, a bit like metal woods work, you know, obviously hollow head, thin face, trampolines the ball off there at high speed. So you've got forgiveness in these, you've got feel, and you've got the looks, which is a nice combination. 116 ball speed, give me a 163 carry. Wasn't a great strike as you saw, it was kind of middle-ish, but didn't quite get all of it. Launched at 18.5, which is pretty high launch for me. Here we go again. Let's see if we can improve on that for you. Oh man, now that was good. That was out of the middle. If that's not out of the middle, I'll eat my hat. Not that I'm wearing a hat. If I had a hat on, I'd eat it. That's got to be centre strike. What do we get? Oh man, eat the hat. Low centre. You kidding me? I felt better. There we go. Shouldn't make predictions, should I? 86 miles an hour club speed. Give me a 117 ball speed, 170 carry. You're going to see spin rates with this type of club maybe drop off a little bit. You know, if you were using a muscle back iron or more of a bladed iron at 34 degrees of loft, you would probably see higher back spins. But there's enough launch there, even for a low ball hitter like me, and spin to control the ball. But it's an impressive club. It really is. It's an interesting club. You see the lie of these sitting nearly 5 degrees up at impact. I need clubs these days, all days, which are a couple of degrees flat at least, to stop that toe getting up in the sky there and turning it over. I don't need any help hitting the ball left. I can do that all on my own. Oh, now there is a great example. Now that couldn't be hit more off the bottom. That strike there, everybody, was somewhere down there. That was bottom groovy. Now, this is where my talents lie, you see. I can hit the ball all over the face, just for you folks, just to prove things. And you can see impact location way off the bottom, launch angle low, backspin low because of strike location, but club speed, ball speed dropped off a little bit due to strike location, but carry distance still up there at 162, and the ball went reasonably straight. So, you know, if you're going to test the club, no point keep whacking it out the middle every time, is there? Because pretty good chance the club's going to be good if you do that. So let's spread the strike. Let's move it around that club face. I must say, over the ball, does look pretty stunning. Give you an overhead shot of what I'm seeing. Oh, that was good as well. Just pushed it a little bit, but it'll hit target. This is an impressive club, everybody. Really, really like it. Does feel, it's got the soft feel off the head. You know, we talked about many times about feel off, a mid-centre strike. Hallelujah, we got one out the middle. We've talked about, can I feel the difference between a forged club, a cast club, a whatever club. Some days I can, some days I can't. I don't know, I think we kind of almost want to believe that it feels softer, but that did feel good, probably because I hit it out the middle. What have I got there? 89 miles an hour of club head speed there. We're warming up. Ball speed hasn't jumped that much though, still around about that 116 mark, but a 166 carry. Spin rate's pretty reasonable at 5100 and launching at 19. Look at that lie angle there, still sitting 3.8 up. Definitely need some flatter clubs. I'm gonna hit one more, and this one I'm gonna really jump on it. This is gonna get, folks, as they say over here in the UK, the full beans. This is gonna get an absolute wallop. Chiropractor at the ready. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know why I do that. No surprise that I've turned it over, but that was me at full tilt being a foolish man. Ball's gonna go further because I've turned it over. As you can see, that's about as fast as I can. Oh, my goodness, look at the ball speed on that. That's as fast as I could swing a 7-iron without putting myself in hospital. 92 miles an hour, a 125 ball speed. Yes, it's gone left. 186 yards of carry. Strike was lowish and backspin came off a little bit, I think because the club face was closing. But it just goes to show you tack angle 5 degrees down and the lie still sitting up. Powerful club, isn't it? What do you think? For you? Not for you? Possibly. It's certainly, if you're in the bracket where I know distance is not everything, and when people come in for fittings, I always say don't buy the club just purely on distance. You know, buy the club on a combination of accuracy, looks. Distance is nice if you can get it without sacrificing anything else. But it's a great club. So it's the Cobra Forged Tec in copper. Go and check it out. It's in your local fitting centres. I'm impressed. Hey, thanks for watching. It's good to be back doing a little bit of YouTube. Hope you're all well out there and playing some golf and playing well. Post your comments down below. Do apologise. I normally try and reply to all my comments, but at the moment time is not my friend. So if you do post a comment and I don't reply to it, then I apologise. I will do my best. That's it. Thank you. Bye for now.